In the world of the royal family, every move is calculated and every word is scripted. But every once in a while, the mask slips and we see something so human it changes everything. This week, Catherine, the Princess of Wales, did the unthinkable. She turned a deeply private, unspoken moment into a public announcement that has left fans around the globe in tears. It wasn't a flashy press release or a televised interview. It was a single, whispered sentence and a tender gesture toward Prince William that spoke louder than any palace statement ever could. For over a year, we've watched Kate's slow and steady return to the spotlight, but the world didn't know what was really happening behind the palace gates. There's been a hidden struggle, not just with health, but with an identity shift that most people completely missed. From secret late-night outings to a bold, revolutionary move regarding her personal staff, Catherine is no longer the woman she was before, and the reason why is more personal than you might think. But before we get into the heart-melting detail of what she actually said, I have a question for you. Do you think the royal family is finally becoming more relatable, or is this just clever PR? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. I'm replying to as many as I can today. And if you want to stay updated on the real stories behind the crown, hit that subscribe button and join our community. It really helps the channel grow. Done? Great. Now let's get back to it. The architecture of this private moment began not at a grand ceremony, but in the shadows of the Royal Opera House. While the world thought she was resting, Catherine had slipped out for a secret night at the ballet. This wasn't just any performance, it was Wolfworks, a hauntingly beautiful triptych inspired by Virginia Woolf's writings on memory, time, and the fragility of the human mind. Those who saw her say she wasn't there as a princess, but as a guest, completely immersed in the music. But it was what happened after the show that broke royal protocol. Instead of the usual silence, Catherine took to social media herself. She didn't use a spokesperson. She wrote a personal note signed with a simple C, thanking the dancers for creative inspiration. For a woman who has spent the last year fighting for her health, that word, inspiration, carried a weight that fans felt instantly. It was a signal that she isn't just surviving, she is feeling alive again. This sense of new life followed her all the way to Scotland this week. Visiting Stirling and Falkirk as the Duchess of Rothesay, the world saw a version of Kate we've never seen before. During a curling match at the National Curling Academy, the royal stiff upper lip vanished. As she took to the ice, she didn't care about looking perfect. She laughed, she competed, and in a moment that melted hearts everywhere, she actually beat William. But it was William's reaction that stole the show. Cameras caught him looking at her with a mix of pride and pure relief, a look that said more about their private journey than any documentary ever could. Later, at a hand-weaving studio called Radical Weavers, Kate sat at a traditional loom, contributing to a record-breaking 3-kilometer-long tartan scarf. Each thread she wove felt like a metaphor for her own recovery, slow, deliberate, and building towards something beautiful. The real breakout moment, however, happened when they visited a local pub in the mining village of Fallen. Surrounded by locals, away from the glitz of London, Kate opened up in a way that felt remarkably intimate. She spoke about the power of creativity and how immersing herself in art and nature had been her secret weapon during her darkest days. It wasn't a speech, it was a conversation. As we look at the photos from this week, there's a new steeliness in her eyes, a strength forged in a fire that none of us truly saw. She's no longer just following the rules, she's rewriting them. By choosing to spotlight her personal passions and her genuine emotions, Catherine is blurring the line between duty and the human soul. She is reminding us that behind the formal titles is someone who understands what it means to struggle, to heal, and finally find their voice again. The Princess of Wales has entered a new chapter, and for the first time, she's the one holding the pen. Stay curious, stay inspired, and I'll see you in the next one.